That's our intro music. We don't have any better, so.
Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, John. How are you today?
Marvelous. What a busy
We're getting
weekend.
pretty close with these on.
Yeah, there we go. Well, no, I can't do without mine. Yeah. What a busy weekend. Chili cook-off, Bluegrass Festival, Beer Fest, Tequila Fest,
It was a blast.
concerts.
It was a great time.
Oh, my goodness. And so much stuff coming up this week as well.
Yeah.
Concert out under the stars. Over
That's
the
an awesome-
Discovery Center. Oh, amazing things. For more information on all the events going on here in Big Bear, as well as how to find us and talk some real estate stuff.
Real estate stuff.
Yeah, go to the Channel 6 website, www.channel6bigbear.com, and check the calendar of events.
I think you had one too many W's in there.
www. No,
Yeah,
no, that's right. That's only three there.
Making sure your stats are right and your
Hard time.
information is correct.
We're coming to you Monday morning, the
Yeah. 14th.
15th.
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 The days are flying.
It's just it's July.
Yeah.
It's the middle of July
Already.
already. But you know what? One thing that hasn't changed that much is the number of listings we have. We're
Well,
still
didn't they go down a
incredibly
little?
low. Yes, it dropped by
something.
what do we have? Five net.
Yeah.
With 30 more closings and
Yeah.
everything last
Yeah.
week. I mean, our total number of transactions is looking pretty good, but we're still way down from our listing. Our
Oh.
transactions are up, our listings are down.
Yeah.
We've had a total of 905 listings. That's everything. That's businesses, lots, lands, boats,
Which is down
docks.
from the 913.
913 that we
So-
had last week, and our listings range from $3,000 to $6,250,000.
A lot.
There's a big range
A
there.
range there.
Yes.
Huge.
And so far, year to date, we're 722 total transactions. That's not residential, and they range from 34 million to 2.6. I'm sorry, 3,400 to 2,600,000 there. Last year, the same date, we were on 573 transactions. So we're up. What's that? 25, 30%?
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a lot. Quite a few things in pending. We got 200 deals in pending right now.
That's wild.
That's medium strong for us, and those go from 1,497,000 down to 34,000.
It's
So-
it's a crazy market right now, and things are moving.
Yeah.
mean, I'm doing. It's a constant thing for me to just be on the phone and talking to people, trying to educate people.
Mhm.
You know, everybody's wondering what's going on in the market. It's mostly about inventory,
Well, you know,
and we've been talking about that for a while.
one of the things that I found on a listing appointment this weekend is very confusing. Is we get statistics. Basically, all the realtors have access to the same data.
Right.
The county records, so we
Right,
know what
right.
things sold for.
Yeah.
Our local MLS, so we know what things really sold for. And people are going to these websites like Zillow. And you know what? All the indicators. I mean, if this home was pristine, had just been painted, came fully furnished, and everything, it's worth 230. Zillow has it at 325.
Yeah. And I just pretty much tell people that's a guesstimate, and that's why they call it
They call it a Zestimate.
But they're just guessing. And what we pull our numbers from are the profiles that we get that are on closed deals, so we know exactly what's going on. It's not, and I don't know, I really don't know what the purpose of them putting those kind of
Such an
estimates out
inflated
there,
number.
because people look at that and they would rather take that as gospel over what we try to tell them. And so it's just a conflict. And I had this with another one of our
No.
agents as well. And what I told them was, I said, look, you're basically going to sit down with somebody, and you folks, you have to do your due diligence as well. You research your property, you have some sort of an idea. But when you're sitting in front of an agent who does this on a daily basis, we research this information on a regular basis. The most important thing is the things that we're telling you, you're going to have to still make that decision. And if you're gonna go by something like Zillow, who really is not in the real estate selling end of the business, they're only in a plethora
They're into
of
selling
information.
us information.
Right.
You want it
the
on
idea.
Zillow. Realtors, you got to pay. And I had because the folks I talked to said, you people are all the same. And I said, you people? She said, the last 5 realtors have given us the same number.
Hello.
That should have been a clue.
And Zillow said it was different, right?
Yes, and I don't. But they're hoping.
Right.
And Zillow's got that pie in the sky number out there. And if you take a look at some of the listings that have been on the market, 380 days
Right.
and stuff like that, one thing sells houses, and it's price.
Well, and what I've tried to educate people on is there's many ways to sell a house. There's many ways to put your house out on the market. And if you're going to go for that, let's just say, for instance, your range is from 230 to 350, and they want to go that 350, then suggest some new things to them as an agent. Then turn around and tell them, all right, if you're going to go that high price and you really want everybody to see your home, then go 7% commission. Put a 4% commission out there for the buyer's side, and then you still take your 3. At least you have somewhere to go with the deal, and everybody's going to show your property, because it's all driven by money. And if they've got a 4% tag on there, everybody's going to look at that first, because one of the things that every agent does is they look at the price of the home, and the next thing they look at is how much commission they're going to make. So if you've got a 4% commission on there, they're definitely going to see your house. They may not buy it, but you're going to find out real quick. If you're getting a lot of showings and you're getting a lot of information on your house, a lot of hits on the internet, but nobody's buying, nobody's making an offer, that's a real strong clue that you're overpriced.
You're way up there.
And don't take it personal. It's just we're going to know this. If you do that for the first 30 days when you list with Exit, and we're going to work that for you, in that first 30 days, we're going to show you every bit of data that comes across the table. And then at the end of those 30 days, you have to make a decision as the homeowner to either drop your price or change your agent. We don't care how you do it, but it takes both of us to work on this part of the deal. So remember that if we're sticking our neck out there and we're going to promote it for you and we're going to spend the money and we're going to do all this work, then you need to know that there has to be a way to make that work for you as well as us.
Right. And there's just, and like you said, there's not a lot of inventory, so we're getting lots of showings.
Right.
You know, it seems like the number of buyers is pretty consistent, but the amount of inventory is very low. We're at 475 residential.
Right.
That's John and Mary. There's only 10 foreclosures available, only 13 short sales, so there's not a whole lot of inventory out there to even look at.
Right. And you have to be ready, folks. If you're looking at property, you have to have your pre-approval letter. You have to have all your ducks in a row. Procrastination is the biggest thief of opportunity. I've said that many times, mainly because this is not a market where you can. It's basically a seller's market right now because of the inventory. So we're getting multiple offers on these things, and properties are moving
The
fast.
ones that are priced right.
The ones that are priced
You
right.
know,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, because you can take a look at these same houses, and this one's in the realm of reality, and this one's on Zillow's reality, and there's just.
Well, I have a client that's listed at 265 and mentioned nothing else. We've had 3 offers on this property, and all those offers have all been within the 225 to 235 range, and they pass on every one of them.
Because
and that's 3 offers that have been written, and they've passed on them. It's kind of a little bit of an eye opener to say you're not going to get any higher than this. The house is dated. You have to really listen to your agent when you're turning down offers that are all within the same realm. Then maybe you need to reconsider what you're doing as a seller.
And the hardest thing to do is to take your emotion out of it as a seller. Because, but the kids grew up in that room, that makes it worth more.
To who?
Yeah, it's just bricks and sticks.
And we understand that you've spent money on the house, and
everybody
but the
does.
market is what the market is.
Yeah.
We're not saying you have to sell it for those prices. We're not saying that's if you want to be in this market and sell now, you have to listen to your agent. Because they're the ones that do it.
Is stuff moving? We've got 128 in pending. In residential, we've had 200 and, where are we at for year to date? 446 sold. Last year, this same time, only 287 closed transactions. We're at 446 this year.
Which is
Stuff
amazing.
is moving.
Think about
Stuff
it, people.
is moving.
Think about it. It is happening. When you have 128 homes in pending, that's 128 homes that are off the market. And that's what's happening is these things are going in pending constantly. And I think that's where we're missing the boat with people that are coming up and looking at this weekend and want to come back next weekend. Well, most of them are finding when they come back, it's gone.
And the steals are foreclosures. We've had 76 closing last year. This date 128. Short sales 58 year to date. Last year the same time 73. So those deals to steal just don't exist.
Well, they're not there
They're
because again, back to that shortage of inventory, it's raised the values of the homes now. So by raising the values of these homes that are not on the market, but people that are now eligible for their refi programs, they're eligible for the support that the government's putting out there, the HARP programs, they're within line. And HARP, if you're not, even if you're upside down on your home, they're going to take a shot and refi you. You know, so those people are now in another world and those homes are not coming out on the market, so
Right.
they're not distressed. Our distress line is way, way down.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're only got, you know,
13
but-
foreclosures,
Yeah.
13 short sales and 10 foreclosures available.
Yeah.
Not much out there. We gotta go. Tune in next week for our mid-month finance update. We'll talk about what it takes to get a loan and who's qualifying and who's not.
Thank you so much for
This is
tuning in.
Dan Bathurst. I'm John Wells. We're with ExitRealtyBigBear.com. Give us a call.
909-878-0522. That's the only way you're going to get to it.